ॐ चैतन्यं सर्वगं सर्वं सर्वभूतगुहाशयं यत्सर्वविषयातीतं तस्मै सर्वविदे नमः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We have completed 16 chapters of Upadeshasahasri. So today I thought I will give a summary of all chapters that we have completed so far. Chapter 1 is Upodghata. Upodghata has multiple purposes. First is to establish why do I have sorrow in my life. So, what is the dukkha karanam? And dukkha karanam is Atma Ajnanam. Atma Ajnanam is dukkha karanam. Just like in Naishkarmya Siddhi, this is explained. The original idea is from here in Upadeshasahasri. As long as body is there, dukkham will be there. So, deha nivritya dukkha nivritti. But deha nivritti in parampara will reach up to ajnana nivritti. So, ajnana nivritya dukkha nivritti eva samsara nivritti. This is one objective. Next question would be, what is the means to remove ajnanam? Is it karma? Is it jnana samuchita karma or karma samuchita jnanam or jnana matra? So then Bhashyakara in first chapter also establishes jnanam is the means for ajnana nivritti, not karma, and karma jnana samuchaya is also not possible because of their anubandha bheda. So jnanam does not need any sahakari sadhana. Jnanam by itself will remove ajnanam. And then in Upodghata he says, this Upadeshasahasri is Upanishad. And therefore, this also, study of this is like study of any Upanishad, or by Upanishad, if you say Upanishad means Vedanta, then Vedanta Prakarana Grantha is also Vedanta. And therefore, this Upanishad, this Upadeshasahasri should be studied. This is the theme of Upodghata Prakarana. Ajnanam eva moola karanam, jnanena eva ajnana nivritti. Jnanena means Brahmatma Ikya Jnanena Ajnana Nivritti, and This Upanishad, Upadeshasahasri, reveals that jnanam, therefore this should be studied. Second chapter, because it begins with the word pratishedha, so from chapter 2 all the way up to chapter 16, most of the chapters, whatever is the first word in the first shloka, that is the name of the chapter. Except maybe Mati Vilapanam, the 8th chapter, but we will come to that. So second chapter is Pratishedha Prakarana. Pratishedha means negation in the form of neti, not this, not this. So Bhagavan Bhashyakar begins with this. He says, that which you cannot negate through the process of neti, that is Brahma. That is you. Means that is who I am. So if I start negating everything, what remains is myself. And all the other jnanam, aham deha, manushya, purusha, indriyani, mana, buddhi, etc., all of them are apramanika jnanam. They are not arising from any pramana. They are vacharambhanam and they are badhita. Then a question can be raised. I am manushya, I am sharira, deha. This is so strong. How I am Brahma, this buddhi will come. So he says, the earlier buddhi will get negated. Then only the next one will come. Without negating the previous one, purva buddhima badhitva nottara jayate mati. The later buddhi, later wisdom will not come unless the first one is negated. How it will be negated? On the strength of pramana. Then the question will be, for so many years, if I have deha buddhi, how long should I practice to get Brahma buddhi? So the answer is, because Brahma buddhi is pramana janita, only once it is needed. It is not that for as long of a time you need that buddhi. Third question would be, if deha buddhi gets negated by Brahma buddhi, what is the guarantee that Brahma buddhi will not get negated by deha buddhi again? If deha buddhi is negated by Brahma buddhi, why the other way it cannot happen? Because Brahma buddhi is pramana janita. So there is lot of emphasis on clarity as far as pramana is concerned. Viparita bhavana can come, but Viparita bhavana has to be removed again by that same pramana buddhi. And this earlier buddhi will get negated. In that regard, Shruti gives pramanam in 6th chapter of Chandogya, where a Purusha from Gandhara is blindfolded and taken to forest. So he is Medhavi Panditaha and he becomes Acharyavan. So, evameva acharyavan purusho veda. Acharyavan purusha will know, where somebody teaches, instructs. And who will know? The student who is Medhavi and Vidwan. So this is nicely depicted, is given here in the second chapter of Upadeshasahasri. Third chapter is called Ishwaratma Prakarana. Ishwaram is Brahma. Brahma is my own self. If I think Brahma is different from me, if Brahma is different from me, Brahma will become Anatma. In that, there will be 4 doshas. If Brahma is Anatma, first dosha is, it is Shruti Viruddha. Because Shruti says, I am Atma Brahma. So Shruti Viruddhatva is the dosha. Second is Nishprayojanatva. Because when it is said, Athato Brahma Jignyasa, you should know this Brahma. If Brahma is different from me, and that Brahma is Asthulam, Ananu, Hrasvam, Adirgham, etc., what is the point in knowing something which is different from me and has no attributes, no features or characteristics? So Nishprayojanatva will be the second dosha. Now, knowing something which is different from me and has no purpose to serve is Nishprayojana. Third, if Brahma is Anatma, then what is the Jagat Adhishthanam? Jagat Adhishthanam is supposed to be Brahma. If that Brahma is Anatma, Brahma will need another Adhishthanam. Because Anatma is Drishya. Drishya needs Adhishthanam, support. And therefore, Shunyatva Apatti. If Brahma needs an Adhishthanam, if that Adhishthanam is not there, there will be Shunyatva. And when Shruti says that Brahma is Akshara and it is Aprano hi Amanaha, it doesn't have Prana, it doesn't have Manaha, it doesn't have Indriya, it doesn't have waking, dream, deep sleep, etc. Anatma Brahma is devoid of Prana, Manaha, Indriya, Avasthas. I never have misunderstood that Brahma has Prana, that Brahma has Manaha, Brahma has Avastha. This misunderstanding has never come. Misunderstanding is, I have mind, I have Prana, I have Indriya, I have Avastha. I am Karta Bhokta. So the Nishedha of Kartritva Bhoktritva, Prana, Manaha, Avasthas should happen in me, not in Brahma. If I am negating them in Brahma, it is called Aprasakta Pratishedha. You are negating something which is not accepted in the first place. That prasakti itself is not there. Fourth chapter is Tattva Jnana Swabhava. What is the nature of Tattva Jnana? Self-knowledge. So, it's very simple. Tattva Jnanam is Virodhi of Ajnanam, and with Ajnana Nivritti, it will burn Sanchita Karma. And the Agami Karmas will become like roasted seeds. So those karmas will not give any results in the form of punya, papa, sukha, dukkha. Just like roasted seeds don't give rise to anything further. So sanchita karmas are gone, agami karmas will not bear fruits. Prarabdha karma and tattva jnanam has no virodha. Because prarabdha karma and the sharira, etc., they are used to produce tattva jnana. Therefore, tattva jnanam is friendly to prarabdha karma. It does not destroy prarabdha karma. But if the jnanam has taken place, dehatma jnanavat jnanam, dehatma jnana badakam, atmanyeva bhavetyasya sannechan api muchyate. This is the shloka from Upadeshasahasri, oft quoted as shloka in Panchadashi. Actually, it is from this fourth chapter, which says that just like how strong buddhi I have, I am body. Like that, if I get a strong idea, I am Brahma, then definitely I will get moksha, whether I want it or not. This is the Tattva Jnana Swabhava itself. Moksha will come no matter what if Tattva Jnanam is there. Fifth chapter is Buddhi Aparadha. What is the aparadha committed by this buddhi? In this, the drishtanta is of Udanka Rishi, who gets amritam or the opportunity to get amritam from Indra. But Indra, because he did not want to give that amritam, he ties that amritam in his kaupina place and keeps it as if the Udanka Rishi gets doubt. This is the mutram of Indra. And therefore, even when amritam is given, Udanka Rishi doesn't take. He is eligible, amritam is available, he doesn't take it. So this is the aparadha. Aparadha can be understood. One is when I am so much interested in my punya and I want to enjoy the results of my punya, etc., I don't want to let go of all of that and get jnanam for moksha. This is one. Or the aparadha of buddhi is that when Shastra has declared to me I am Brahma, still I deny and say, no, right now I am not Brahma. The objective of Jnanam is to tell you what is a fact already. So it's not that right now I am not Brahma. Denying this is buddhi aparadha. What is aparoksha? Thinking that it is not aparoksha is buddhi aparadha. Brahma is aparoksha. Thinking that it is not aparoksha for whatever reason, this is aparadha. And a drishtanta is given with the help of Shruti also. Dhyayativa, lelayativa. So in this, Shruti itself says dhyanam or chalanam of buddhi takes place and it is superimposed on Atma. In the same way, kartrutva, bhoktrutva of buddhi is superimposed on Atma. Parichinnatva, anekatva of buddhi is superimposed on Atma. Just like naganam gamanam yatha, the movement of the trees on the bank of river, when the boat is moving, the passenger in the boat thinks trees are moving, mountain is moving. Like that, I entertain the notion, I am bhokta. I have to gain moksha one day in future. Means right now I am karta bhokta. Later I will become akarta abhokta. This is another aparadha. Aparadha means a sin committed. In our language, original sin means ignorance. Not knowing I am Brahma is original sin. Another topic that was discussed in this 5th chapter was how to do prayashchit of this aparadha. Atonement. So atonement is in the form of removing idam amsha from aham. If I get rid of all idam, what remains is aham. That aham is anidam. That is Shuddha Chaitanya, otherwise understood as Sakshi, with respect to some Sakshi. 6th chapter talks about Vishesha Apoha Prakarana. If the arm is there and if that arm is cut off, then I am without that arm. Means that limb is not available. So this arm does not become my Visheshanam. In the same way, all my body parts, Sthula Sharira, all my Sukshma Sharira parts, all of them have actually become adjectives, Visheshana for me. So I say, Dehavan Aham, Chakshurindriyavan Aham, Shrotrendriyavan Aham, Antakaranavan Aham, in this way. If I can negate them, then what remains is Nirvishesha Aham. Right now I am Savishesha because these are all Visheshanas. So when Visheshanas are removed, I will be Nirvishesha. That Nirvishesha is Brahma. So this is for Nididhyasanam, how I can eliminate all Visheshas from myself. 7th chapter is Buddhyarudha Prakaranam. Atma associating itself with Buddhi becomes Sarvajna. It knows all. Because all knowledge in any Sukshma Sharira will take place only through their intellect. And that intellect is blessed by Sakshi or intellect and Atma has Anyonya Dhyasa. So, where intellect is present, Atma is also present. And the real knowledge is the nature of Atma, not of Buddhi. The Vritti is called Jnanam only in a gauna, in a secondary sense. Vrittau Jnanasya upacharat. In Vritti, Buddhi Vritti, Jnanam is upachara. Atma is Satyam Jnanam Ananta. And therefore, this Atma Chaitanya Sakshi is Sakshi of all Sthula Sukshma Sharira, everything, and of Avidya also. In Buddhi and Sakshi, how to do Viveka? So it is said Buddhi is Vikari. Buddhi has Vikaritvam, Ashuddhatvam, Bhautikatvam, Alpajñatvam, and Agamapayitvam. Vikaritvam, Ashuddhatvam, Bhautikatvam, Alpajñatvam, Agamapayitvam. Vikaritvam means subject to modification. Ashuddhatvam, impure. Bhautikatvam, it is made up of Pancha Mahabhuta. Alpajñatvam means it knows limited. And Agamapayi means has arrival departure. Atma is different from all of them. And a unique example was also there. Acharya says, instead of using mirror, he uses the word sphatika. Sphatika reflects Japa Kusuma only in the presence of Aloka, light. Like that, Buddhi illumines Vishayas only in the presence of Atma. Sphatika is like Buddhi. Japa Kusuma is Vishaya. So you can take Ghata. And Buddhi illumines Ghata only when there is Atma, Shuddha Chaitanya. Just like mirror or Sphatika can illumine Japa Kusuma where there is Aloka, sunlight, etc. 8th chapter is Mati Vilapanam, dissolving the intellect in mind, which is in the form of a dialogue between Atma and Buddhi. So the Atma tells that Buddhi, I don't need you. I have no interest in you. I have no interest in what you do. I don't derive any joy or any sorrows from you or your pursuits. You give up all the illusory Maya plays and attain me. Let go of all this, you will be at peace. This is Atma telling Buddhi for its Vilapanam. Okay, let Atma tell Buddhi, what should a sadhaka do? Sadhaka should constantly have this dialogue in his mind. The one who has will get moksha. A different kind of sadhana. Allow this Atmamana Samvada to take place in your mind. I always do. I am Buddhi and or I am mind, and I always tell Atma, why are you bothering me this, that? No, you be Atma and you tell that mind or Buddhi, you are Anatma. 9th chapter is Sukshmata Vyapita. There is a gradation from Prithvi all the way up to Akasha. Akasha is subtlest among all Panchamahabhuta and Vyapaka. Brahma is further Sukshma and Vyapaka. And Brahma alone is Nitya and Abadhya, Satya. All these Panch Mahabhutas, they are Sthula, they are less Vyapaka, they are Anitya and Badhita. So this is the Veda. Brahma is Asanga always, and therefore nothing can affect it, even if everything can happen in this Brahma. Brahma is really nothing but knowledge. It is not the knower. It is not knowledge which is vritti jnanam, skutastha jnana. It is not pramata, it is not prameya, it is not pramanam, and it is not anitya prama. It is Brahma. So this Brahma should be known as myself. 10th chapter is again meditation shlokas. Rishishwarupam gaganopamam param sakrit vibhatam vajameka sakrit vibhatam tu ajameka rupam. Rishishwarupam gaganopam. Ajamekam aksharam, I think. So that should be known. This is in 10th chapter. Vajamekam aksharam. Alepakam sarvagatam yadadvayam tadeva chaham satatam vimuktam. Vimukta om. In this way, one should dwell on what is the nature of Atma. This is Nididhyasanam. In other words, constantly thinking, I am aham pada lakshyartha and not aham pada vachyartha. That which is pointed out by the word Atma, Satyam, Jnanam, etc. That I am. What is the objective of doing this Nididhyasanam? Nididhyasanam is for Viparita Bhavana Nivritti. So the erroneous notions that I entertain in myself, I have to remove them. How to remove, we will see. Bhashyakar is also going to give this pointer later in 15th chapter. 11th chapter is Ikshitritva Prakarana. Ikshita means illuminator here. Really speaking, where there is Trich Pratyanta Rupam, it is a Karta. But here we should understand Atma is the real illuminer or illuminator. And that Atma is Swayam Prakasha, Swata Siddha. To know it, all we need is Shruti Pramana for Ajnana Nivritti. Shruti is not required to illumine Atma. Shrutis are there to remove Ajnanam about Atma. Knowing this Atma is attaining immortality. There is no other immortality. And this immortality cannot be anitya. It cannot be borrowed. Either it is already there or it is not going to be there. So Amritatvam is my swabhava. Because na bhavatyamritam martyam, na martyam amritam tatha. Prakriteranyatha bhavo na kathanchit bhavishyate. Amritatvam should be my prakriti, my nature, inherent. And anyatha bhavanam, it becoming otherwise is not possible. So, immortality is my swarupa. 12th chapter is Prakasha Prakaranam, where this viveka between ahampada vachyartha and lakshyartha. Ahampada vachyartha means ahankara with panchakoshas and Chaitanya expressing through these panchakoshas. Ahampada lakshyartha is Shuddha Chaitanya matra. This viveka between the two is the highest viveka sadhana. After Vedanta Shravanam also, this is what I will have to do. Every time when I feel, I have heard, and I know I am Brahma, but yet I fall for something. I become sorrowful, I become miserable, I become angry, I get worried about what will happen. All of this is, I constantly forget that I am Ahampada Lakshyartha, and I mix something in this and become Vajyartha. So in Prakasha Prakarana, the effort to distinguish, and then whatever is the Vachyartha, other than Shuddha Chaitanya, everything is Drishya, everything is Mithya. Only Shuddha Chaitanya part is different. All the vrittis related to Anatma as Aham, all of them are some or the other Karaka. Karta, Karana, Kriya, something. And they all are Vikari, they are Drishya. Atma is different from them. This Viveka is required. This was the theme of 12th chapter. In 13th chapter, Achakshushtam. 13th chapter is Achakshushtam. In this chapter, Achakshushtam, not Achakshushtam. In this chapter, the shloka starts as Achakshushtam, but the name of the chapter is Achakshushtam. I have to dwell on my nature free from all karanas. And then, if I am free from all karanas, I am also free from antakarana. Antakarana has samadhi, antakarana has vikshepa. So samadhi is a state of antakarana or mind. Samadhi is not in Atma. Atma doesn't get samadhi and Atma doesn't get vikshepa. So this is explained. And it is said, these states are not in Atma, samadhi or vikshepa. Vikshepo va samadhirva. They don't belong to me. Then what is that I should meditate on for samadhi? He says you don't need to meditate. Everybody meditates on you. Everybody meditates on you. You means Atma. Everybody meditates on I, the Chaitanya. This is what Acharya explains. And therefore, I am free from Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira right now. I am Videha right now. So even if we say, I am, right now I want to be Jivan Mukta, later I will become Videha Mukta. If I have body identification, I would never want to leave that body. Even when I am 105-year-old, I will say 108 is an auspicious number, I will not say this fast also. In other words, I will not want to let go of this body. Either I should understand right now I am Videha or I am never going to be Videha. So he says, right now you are Videha. You means Atma. Atma is Videha right now. Atma, Deha, Sambandha is not there. And how many Atmas are there? There is only one. And that Atma is ever pure and it is Achyuta. It cannot change from its original state. Therefore, Nitya Shuddha Buddhatva is there in that Atma. This is the main sadhana. 14th chapter talked about Swapna Smriti. So, in this, the idea was Antakaranam itself is Aparoksha. And therefore, Samsara is also Aparoksha. Antakaranam is Aparoksha, therefore Samsara is Aparoksha. Therefore, I need Jnanam also Aparoksha. Paroksha Jnana cannot remove Aparoksha Samsara. Can Aparoksha Jnana remove Paroksha Samsara? Yes. Aparoksha Jnana can remove Paroksha Samsara. But Paroksha Jnana cannot remove Aparoksha Samsara. Aparoksha means what is directly experienced. Paroksha means what is not directly experienced. So if I feel samsara, I am experiencing directly. As I am suffering, I am dukhi, I have fear. And then knowledge is that is Brahma. That is not going to help. So this was one point. As it is said elsewhere also, Ajnata Brahma is Jagat Karana. Brahma not known creates samsara vriksha. Then Jagrat and Swapna, waking and dream, are equated. Just as in dream, the instruments, Karanam, Karta, the doer, Karma, the object on which the action takes place, Kriya, the action, Phalam, the result, all of them are Drishya. Like that, in Jagrat also, all of them are Drishya, Drishyatvat Mithya. And this Brahma is by itself untouched by everything, but because of Upadhi, it becomes Drashta, Shrota, Manta, Vijnata, etc. But when I understand it in its real nature as Aham Pada Lakshyartha, in that there is no Kriya, there is no association, Sangha, Guna, Vikshepa, Vikara, modifications. Vikshepa means disturbance, change. Malam is not there, impurity. Gamanam, Gati, From Manushya Loka to Swarga Loka, Brahma Loka, coming back, Patal. There is no Gati in Atma. Dvaitam na vidyate. There is no duality. There is no Sanyoga Viyoga. Associating with somebody, then separating, then suffering, sorrow. There is no such thing in Atma. And there is no Jivatva also in Atma. 15th chapter is called Nanyad Anyat Prakarana. Nanyad Anyat. Anyat Vastu cannot become Anyat. A thing, what it is not, it cannot become. Or a thing will never lose its essential nature. Like heat will not, while like fire will not lose heat, and also light. It will always be there with fire. And if something can go from an object or a thing and still it continues to exist, it was never its nature to begin with. So Atma is also Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Anandam, etc. They are the nature of Atma itself. Atma cannot be thought of different from these, devoid of these. In that Atma, there is no Varna, Ashrama, Vaya, Avastha, etc. The states, age, or Varna, Ashrama, Jati, etc., Brahmacharya, Grahastha, etc. There is nothing. But Vedic injunctions are there with these upadhis associating with Atma for the purpose of Chitta Shuddhi. So Vedas have given. And their abhimanam, if we get. So those who have Deha Abhimana, primarily, for them all injunctions are. If I don't have Deha Abhimana, in Deha Atma Buddhi, if it is not, these injunctions, Vidhivakyas related to Varna, Ashrama, Vaya, etc., they are not for me. In Shruti it is said, Ashariram Vavasantam na Priya Priya Sprashata. If you have understood you are Asharira, Priya Priya Sparsha is not there. Nahavai Sasharirasya Sataha Priya Priyoho Apahati Rasti. If I include Sharira in Aham, whether Sthula or Sukshma, Sukha Dukha will never end for me. If I want to get rid of Sukha Dukha Parampara, Sukham is also included in that. Because Sukham is also one type of Dukkham, glorified Dukkham. When Sukham goes, I'll have more problem. The Sukha Dukha will remain as long as I am identified with Deha. For a Sasharira person, Priya Apriya, Nivritti is not there. For Ashariram, person who has understood I am Brahma, which is Asharira, or Videha, we already saw. I am Videha. No Sukha Dukha will touch me. So now how to reflect on that Atma? One, so earlier we saw one pointer as Aprano hi amanaha shubhraha. So I should understand, not Brahma doesn't have prana, Brahma doesn't have indriya, Brahma doesn't have antakarana, mind, etc. I don't have mind. Because in me, I have the Bhranti, I have mind. So I have to negate that Bhranti by a counter thought. I have to create that thought. Brahma doesn't need that because Brahma doesn't have Bhranti. Bhranti is in me. So if I think I am Karta, I should entertain this Buddhi, I am Akarta. So I should find such Shruti, such Smriti, Bhagavad Gita or other Smriti, which says, I am Akarta. When Shruti says Atma is Akarta, Navardhate Karmana no Kaniyan, Atma Karmana na Vardhate, Karmana na Kaniyan Bhavati. So I should, instead of Atma, I should say I. I don't increase. My status doesn't improve because of karma. My status doesn't go down because of karma. I am not associated with karma. When it is said, Asango hi ayam purushaha. So I should understand, I am Asanga. Not some Purusha Chaitanya. Purusha means Chaitanya. Not some Chaitanya. I am that Chaitanya. The example Acharya takes is from Ishavasya, Saparyagat, Chukram Akayam Avranam Asna Viragam. So, Sharira Traya Viveka, that I don't have Sthula Sharira, I don't have Sukshma Sharira, I don't have Snayu. So, something hits, oh, I am in pain. You say, I don't have Snayu. Asna Viragam. Shuddham. If I say my mind has so much impurity, I say, I don't have mind. Means you remove one, removing the impurity, but you say, I don't have mind itself. And then, Aham Atma Gudakesha, Sarva Bhutasha Sthit. Bhagavad Gita, Acharya takes example of Vibhuti Yoga. Whenever you see sun, so you say, this is my Vibhuti, this is who I am. Like how in Brahadaranyaka, Aham Manurabhavam, Suryascha. So when you see the sun, you say, I am this sun. Aham Surya. I am Chandrama. I am in the moon. I am in the sun. I am in the Vedas. I am in Himalaya. Those who are living here, they see Himalaya every day. Stavaranam Himalaya. Srotanam Asmi Jannavi. I am Ganga. This is me. So I should not say, oh, Bhagavan is Himalaya, Bhagavan. That is not Nididhyasana. That is Upasana. I am Himalaya. I am Ahampada Lakshyartha is Himalaya. Ahampada Lakshyartha is appearing as Ganga, as forest, etc. This is Nididhyasana. Now 16th chapter. You thought we will not be able to see all 16 chapters in 1 hour. In 16th chapter, we saw refutation of all schools. First the Charvakadi, then Bauddha. In Bauddha, in Kshanika Vijnanavada, one is Kartru Karma Virodha. If I am witnessing sorrow, then I don't have sorrow. I should remember. The one which is Karta cannot be Karma. Like fire cannot burn itself. Fire cannot illumine itself. Kshanikatva dosha, that which is Kshanikam, that same moment, karma will also happen, karma phala will also come. Moksha also will last only for one kshana. What is the use of that moksha? So kshanikatva and then pratyabhijna, etc. will not be there. How will I remember what happened yesterday, etc.? But I do. In Vyavahara, we do have pratyabhijna of Vishayas. In Sankhya, it was said the imbalance in guna produces jagat. How imbalance will come in guna by itself without chaitanya? Jadavastu cannot undergo vikara by itself in the absence of any external entity. And they also say Atma is Asanga. It doesn't get involved in Prakriti. This is a flaw in Sankhya. And then they also say Atma is Asanga, but Atma is Bhokta also. This is another flaw. And Prakriti, Purusha, both of them are beginningless and different. Vidya Anadi Ubhavapi. And yet, Prakriti helps for Hoga and Apavarga of Purusha. How this will happen? These are the flaws in Sankhya. In Nyaya Darshan, the example that we saw, Sukham and Jnanam of Sukham. Atma, because of Atma Mana Sanyoga, will get Sukham. And for Jnanam of that Sukham, it will need another Atma Mana Sanyoga. This will not happen within the time frame where Sukham is still there in Atma. Sukham will come and go away, then Jnanam of that Sukham will happen. How it will happen? Because the Vishaya is not there when the illuminator comes. This was one of the main defects shown in Nyaya. Actually, there are hundreds and thousands of defects in all these Shruti Bahya Darshanas, Tarkika Darshanas, they are called. And then at the end, Bhashyakar explains Vedanta Siddhanta that Atma is Nitya Shuddha, Nitya Buddha, Nitya Mukta, Satya Swabhava. Atma is already free. But Buddhi has this Bhranti. This Bhranti Nivritti is your Purushartha. And that is why Shastra becomes Sarthaka. If you say everything is already there, what is the use of Shastra? What is my Purushartha? Purushartha is in this Bhranti Nivritti with the help of Shastra and Acharya. And the student's qualification was given Prashanta Chittaya, Jitendriyaya cha, Prahina Doshaya, Yathokta Karine, etc. To such student who is Satatam Mumukshu, this Jnanam should be given. In this way, we have seen 16 chapters. In the next session, we will begin with 17th chapter. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vivagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.